How long has it been since this world and I were swallowed by this dark vortex of delusion? Except, it didn't swallow me. It was my doing. I threw myself willingly into this maelstrom. But it's pulled me down deeper, and with more violence than I could have ever imagined. How can I escape this boundless whirlpool of delusion? Someone, please give me an answer. Anyone, please. Save me.
Someone, save me! Someone, anyone, save me! Save the Zero Dimension! Anyone, please. Save us!
The time has come. I've been waiting for this moment. This world and its CPUs can no longer fight against these negative emotions. Now, let us begin the reorganization of this world, this game industry. The world has been rewritten. Now, General Afimojas, what do you desire of this newly reorganized world? Money, is it? It seems the greedy exist in any era. Are you planning on starting a war? I see. You're more of an intellectual than your appearance suggests. But it wouldn't be good of you to forget our promise, now would it? Ah, yes, your subordinate. Steamax, was it? When will you introduce me? How cold. And here I've lent you the few friends I have. But it's fine. Just obtain the item. I've waited so many years. Do not make me wait any longer. That's not important. I'm here to help you overcome your fear of monsters. Although, you might find my methods extreme. Let's see. Why don't we start with you, Mr. Adorable Little Mouse? Are you scared? But if you were to run away, the city would end up in quite a terrible predicament, wouldn't it? Are you okay with that happening? I see. What you need is a little more motivation. Why am I not the one by Noir's side? Poor Keisha. All you can do is watch. Observation is just an excuse. You just wanted a reason to stay close to Noir. It's a feeling similar to longing. You wish from the bottom of your soul to become something more than friends. You want to be with her, but the person smiling next to her is her own sister. You're frustrated. You're jealous. Uni gets to be close to her because she's her sister. And even though you're Noir's friend, you're not the one next to her. Because of that, if you can't be smiling next to her, she won't even turn her smile towards you. It's all because of that nuisance of a sister. If only Uni wasn't there, you could be the one standing there. Imagine the sight of you laughing next to her. You're so lonely, aren't you, Keisha? If only Uni didn't exist, you could be with Noir, just the two of you. Noir is so kind and strong. She tries to protect people even at the cost of herself. She's a real hero. She should have always protected you and helped you when you needed it. A hero only for you. That's right. Because Uni's there, Noir won't look at you anymore. Look at her, lost in her beautiful dream. The larger the gap between dreams and reality, the more devastating her despair will be. I've sown the seed. Keisha, what kind of flower will it bring forth? Save her, huh? You think you can save a life? The life of someone who was raised as a soldier and has blood on her hands? But are you okay with that, truly? If you do this, Uni will, unfortunately, be saved. If Uni disappeared now, what do you think could happen? You know, you'd have Noir all to yourself. No distractions. And this was an accident. If Uni doesn't survive, that death is not on you. Just pretend to treat her wounds. Even if Uni dies, Noir will see you as the brave, dear friend who was devoted to saving her sister. And you will have been there to stand beside her as her sister passes. She'll be certain to hold a special place for you in her heart. I see. Then I am truly disappointed in you. If you do go through with this, I hope you will not regret saving her. Just like Blonde said, nothing's happy at all. This is just the beginning, in reality. Now, Sisha, it's time to awaken as a vessel. You suppressed the delusionary power too much. To think your actions to protect this nation's people would backfire like this. All you need to know is that I'm taking control of your body. I'm looking forward to what this golden power of yours is like. Why do you resist? You should just fall quickly and hand your body over to me already. Don't be so upset. That used to be feared as a demon king, back then. Tricked? Weren't you the one who misunderstood me? So, what will you do now? You've run out of time, haven't you? Then I'll tell you of one last resort, but the price will be steep. It's quite troublesome if you do something like that, Nepsi. Hey there, Nepsi. It's been a while. Bingo. This corridor was created between the boundaries of hyper and zero dimension, like a passageway between the two. Not really. I'm just the commander. But still, Nepsi, defeating the monsters aside, you didn't have to go block the dimensional corridor, did you? It's all right. I got to run into Nepsi again and finally meet these other CPUs. Half right, half wrong. That doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore. After all, you and the others will be falling into a whirlpool of delusion from now on, Nepsi. Now, I've captured the currently active CPUs. I can't believe they'd be drawn out so easily without realizing it was a trap. Now then, I'll be heading back. I will soon make you fully complete too. If it isn't Gearsy. Long time no see. If I could, I'd love to have an enticing conversation about old times, but unfortunately, I hadn't called for you, Gearsy. I don't want you to get all beat to hell before the party starts. Let's meet again when the time comes. Planetoon. Planetoon. That's the name of your... No, the name of my nation. Nice to meet you, me. This is our first encounter, face to face. Gearsy's nation can be traced back to your own nation, me. It's very simple. That's something I will have to remember, along with what Planetoon did to you. I know everything you don't. Yes, for example, I even know what happens when two dimensions end up with the same coordinates. I'll tell you, it's a freebie. When that happens, those two dimensions will fuse together, forming one single dimension. See? Isn't it a simple solution? Although, tragically of course, hyperdimension will only transform to be like zero dimension. Sorry, but I can't answer that yet. Besides, I came for something entirely different. Gearsy, could you hand over the game console you stole from Affimax? It's not very courteous of you to answer my question with a question. All you need to do is hand that console over to me. Wow, how very smart. Yes, you're right. I suppose that's to be expected from one of Planetoon's intelligence agents. Oh well, it'll take some effort, but I can just recover it later. Let's return, Neptune. Oh, that's right. But I'll return them only when the time has come. They're turning out quite nicely. I'm looking very forward to it. This is a sacred place. Well, I'm sure Big Nepsi was the one to guide you all here. If I knew she would do this, I would have disposed of her sooner. Oh, you were all simply for entertainment. The world would have become more chaotic if you had fallen into delusion after all. That's right. But the entire lot of you completely disappointed me. So, I'll be killing you all along with that annoying me over there. You're starting to become eyesores. That's right. You changed the world so you could receive share energy from monsters, didn't you? Then let's become one, me. We were originally one person. Why don't we return to being one? That way, both the share energy I obtained and the negative energy I hold will all be mine. Both the despair of the ignorant masses and their slight hope will become my strength. Now, hurry and come to me. Together, let's exact revenge on the idiots of game industry who betrayed us! I see. Your memories haven't completely come back yet, but that's understandable. I carry all your lost memories after all. Didn't I say it just now? We used to be one. If you have no memory of being betrayed and suffering, then I'll make you remember. You've received considerably more memories than you had. You'll probably need time for your mind and heart to understand it all. We have time. As a reward for making it this far, I'll tell something to you poor souls who only know the false history of your world. The history of the CPU who was betrayed by the masses and buried into darkness. CPUs are born from the share energy created from game industry's hopes and desires. In essence, they are goddesses created from people's wishes. But they betrayed me. Even though they created me, they saw me as an inconvenient, frightening, abhorrent existence. So, they plotted to annihilate me, and when they realized that it was impossible, they had me sealed away. And, of all things, they made me their tarnished history, making it as if I never existed, and started seeking a new CPU. That is why I vowed revenge on those selfish masses. And on game industry. And wouldn't you know, as if drawn by my hatred, instead of gathering shares, negative emotions became my energy. So, I used both those emotions and my powers of delusion to grant their wish. Like a true CPU, I erased any memory and record of myself from game industry, changing history itself from its foundation. The ignorant people, who had now forgotten my existence, then created a new CPU, Uranus. Yes, I am Planetoon's CPU, Uzume Tenoboshi. That's the truth. Do you understand now? Then kneel. You're too arrogant as my mere juniors. You as well, me. Trying to stand up to me when you're nothing but my dregs? Laughable. And now, the big reveal. This world, Heart Dimension, is a place created in the heart of my sealed and sleeping self. Or rather, it's inside a dream I'm having. After all, the nightmare of me destroying game industry is the basis of Heart Dimension. The world you call Zero Dimension doesn't actually exist. That place is just outside of this one, like an entrance. That's why it's incredibly simple for me to manipulate what happens here. To make this a reality. This is my delusional power. It's the sole reason I was feared by all. The reason they tried to get rid of me. I've spent an interminable time living in this world, and one day, it just dawned on me. Even if I can't break my seal from the outside, if this world has become its own dimension, I could destroy its boundaries and go to hyperdimension. But that was when a single irregular event occurred. That was me. I don't fully know the cause. A part of my psyche, or my soul rather, suddenly separated from me, and a piece of my existence was birthed. And then, of all things, I began trying to prevent dimensional destruction by the Dark CPU. Thanks to that, my plan of destroying this dimension and going to hyperdimension ended in failure. But there was a more important discovery. Whenever I received more share energy as power, I myself would power up. Then, what do you know? I started being able to see events in hyperdimension more clearly, and for a short time materialize there. Although, I had no physical form there. I couldn't touch anything, almost like a hologram, but it was more than enough. From there, I came up with a method of fusing the two dimensions to materialize in hyperdimension without breaking my seal. That's why, in order to gain more power, I prepared by sending R4 out so that I could gather more strength. It was a so-called play I created of me, adventuring through Zero Dimension. I thank you for your discovery and help, Scrubs. It was almost like raising cattle. I gave you feed, let you fertilize, I made a meal of you, and that became a part of me. That's right, I have Gold Third to thank as well. Thanks to the Golden Summits becoming markers, I was able to guide this dimension's movement towards hyperdimension. Along with the shift period, when faith in CPUs lowers temporarily, spreading negative rumors lowered the need for CPUs entirely. So, game industry, which needs CPUs to survive, created the Golden Summits to give birth to new protectors as part of a survival instinct. The peculiar signal that the Golden Summits radiate is rare in multidimensional space, so it's traceable from other dimensions. You've remembered everything now, right, me? Let's exact revenge together. If the two dimensions fuse, the dark CPUs can materialize within hyperdimension. With me controlling negative energy, me controlling share energy, and the power of the CPU that Krar holds. If I possess these three powers, we could rule over game industry forever. We can eternally torture the world, those selfish masses. We'll transform the world to a whirlpool of delusion where strife never ends. How disappointing. If I had my power, I could have dragged game industry further into a whirlpool of delusion. Then, I don't need me. Disappear. Outnumbered? Who really has the superior numbers here? I told you, didn't I? We're inside my own dream. I'm in full control of the creation you see all around. It's very simple to create puppets like these from my past memories. How do they look? Quite nostalgic, no? This one did give me a lot of trouble before, but now she makes for a very good pawn. But don't get too excited. The others have just fallen into delusion. It's a perfect time for them to enter. Do you mean to tell me they pulled the CPUs out of the whirlpool of delusion? Don't get full of yourself, me. You're just the chaff that's separated from me. It seems your resistance was useless, me. Now do you understand? That I'm my leftovers. What are you trying to do? What are you doing? You're recreating a share crystal? That isn't possible. What are these forms? Don't get carried away, scrubs. Did you forget that I have the completed dark CPUs on my side? So you have. But I won't be the winner in the end. It'll be me. Bluff, huh? Witness it with your own eyes. Look at the dimensional coordinates. It's thanks to all of you being in this dimension. I had no interference, and it's progressed quite wonderfully. It's disappointing I couldn't get you CPUs to fall, but now I can finally enter hyperdimension without restrictions. That's correct. When two different dimensions end in the same position, they fuse and become a new dimension. By doing this, even a spirit like me can have a physical form in hyperdimension. Even more so, because I drew in a vast amount of hyperdimension's share energy, I can now materialize there for a short time. Let's go, Krar. We'll meet again. Next time we meet, I'll show you my true self, released from my seal. Where are my manners? Here, please accept this parting gift. I created them from your dreams, but it seems I created too many. Whoops. It'd be a pain to dispose of them, so do as you please. It's nothing you need worry over. Thanks to that, I was able to prepare my plans without anyone catching on. That's obvious, isn't it? I came to have you return the game console, which is my sealed self within, that you took from Aphimojas. That's right. Despite the fact I gathered the peripheral equipment which acts as keys, I couldn't get the main console. How troublesome. I know it's here. Hand it over quietly. You know what will happen if you refuse, don't you? Well, well. Aphimojas and Steamax. For a moneymonger like you to be on that side of the battle, I do wonder how much they're paying you. So, fetishes trump money, huh? Some things never change, regardless of the era we're in. Even I'm getting a headache from all this. It's unbelievable you'd continue this farce in front of me. That nonsense aside, I'll have you hand over the main seal now. How annoying. Then I have no business with you, or this place anymore. Go ahead and watch game industry burn during my search. I finally found it. Now I can remove my seal. You're surprisingly persistent, Gearsy. I wanted to keep you alive so you could taste eternal despair. But I've changed my mind. You're all quite arrogant for being infant CPUs who couldn't even be called my juniors. As I expected, monsters alone aren't enough to defeat you all. But I was able to buy time. CPU candidates, gold third. No matter how many moronic people gather, there's still morons. What? You thoroughly got me this time. To think the first person to land a decisive blow on me would be that Dagu. I really felt that one. How dare you take the console from me? I've waited decades to break this seal. Don't think you'll leave here alive. What is this? What's this discomfort that's spreading from the depths of my heart? My negative energy is being neutralized? This feeling, I could never forget it. Share energy? Where were they able to find such a concentrated amount of it? Oh no. Could they be using? I won't let my dregs and my inferior juniors stand up to me like this! Even if I come here, what can you possibly do? If you kill me, this world and I will disappear. If you don't kill me, hyperdimension and heart dimension will fuse. I myself will become hyperdimension. Of course. Thanks to the power to interfere with this dimension, I was able to speed up the fusion. Just a little longer. A little longer and the two dimensions will fuse. You're stuck, me. Now you've said it. Then I will defeat myself and the others in this very place. I was planning to have you all taste eternal hell as part of my revenge, but any more than this and you'll just get in my way. Come here, dark purple. Green, black, and white as well. Dark CPUs are but a product of my delusion. As long as I have negative energy, I can create as many as I like. I still have your powers, too. Then how about this? Green, black, white. Become one with purple. So, how do you like this ultimate dark CPU, which carries all the powers of the CPUs? And lastly, if I fuse together with it, it will be the birth of the ultimate dark CPU!
This is the ultimate! This is the most suitable power to take revenge on the scum of game industry! Useless, useless, useless! The likes of those who can't fight properly without their precious shearing field is no match for me! Even if you did activate the field, it wouldn't be capable of suppressing my power! Your hidden ace? What a laugh! No matter what card you have, it can't stop me! Are you insane? That is our lifeline! If you use it up, that would mean our death! Do you understand that? You scum! What useless resistance! Not yet! I haven't exacted my revenge! Until I exact my revenge on game industry, I can't! I can't! Nothing will get in the way of my revenge! If I'm to disappear, I'll take the other dimension CPU's power along with me!
You've really done it now, Uzume. How dare my dregs do this to me? How can you talk of dreams after reaching this bleak end? Ridiculous! But can everyone truly make it back to Hyperdimension safely? The monster horde will advance here soon, you useless tool. Why are you smiling? You're going to disappear as well. So you really have come, me? No, I had vanished once. But the negative emotions from game industry have revived me. You're idiots, all of you. You could have just killed me or destroyed the main seal. As you all know, the sealed-away body of Uzume is rather unique. Even now, it's subconsciously gathering all the negative emotions from the entire world. No matter how much you purify my soul or eliminate me, my body will soon be stained with darkness, and I will be born again. Looks like being prone to assumptions and habitual daydreaming backfired. I won't accept this. I won't ever accept this! I can't!
I won't accept this! I won't accept this! I'm going to have my revenge! Revenge! Revenge!
However, I'll be the one to be reborn. I won't just hand it over to me! What of it? Even if I've gotten out of the whirlpool of delusion and lost the benefit of negative energy, my hatred won't disappear. As long as there's hatred, I will exist. You can't possibly win! You're not even a fully realized person! Your chances are 0.